Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of Project Ozone 3, Kappa mode. How are you guys doing today? How's life? At the end of the last episode I was really sad because even though it looks like we're progressing, but our progression is really bad. We're not doing anything of significance. So I thought we were going to need a new goal so that we can concentrate our efforts in achieving it and therefore be slightly more efficient. That's how real life works as well, so I guess it should be fine. Our new goal is to get an ME controller and get auto-crafting. That's what we need, that's what we should have as soon as possible. We're going to need to get into Astral Sorcery, so that's one of the things that we have to do, but we're also going to need a lot of these printed circuit boards, which has a crazy recipe, and I tried to go through the JEI to see where to begin, and then I found something. We are going to need something which I cannot find it right now. We are going to need a UV light box, which requires a PCB blueprint, which requires an Omicron tablet, which requires something very special, a thermoconducting alloy, which is from Nuclearcraft, and we are going to need a rock crusher somewhere down the line, and I cannot find it again. You know, recipes are so bad that you have to go like 20 pages back in order to find something, but anyway, we need plutonium, and the way that we get plutonium is that we need to infuse cyanide with formic acid, which we get it from Erebus. So we should start by going to Erebus. In order to go to Erebus, we should start by making an offering altar, which does not have a crazy recipe. Then we need to provide it with 1 diamond, 1 emerald, and 1 obsidian. It's a very cool animation. I love this. I just love particles. Not in my face, but you know. And we get the Gaian gem. How do you take it out? Oh, okay. But for the quest, we are going to need 2 of them, so I'll make another one. We're going to need to make 2 Staff of Gaia. You know, based on these recipes, I was very confused. Why do you need to go through Lordcraft before going to Erebus? And then I saw this. So, we need a block of dense crystal. It's not that bad. The keystone. Oh, we can make 2. Nice. You would think that with the amount of progress that we have done so far, you should be able to find leaves somewhere in our base. We don't have it. So, yeah. You know, I keep saying that I want to make a portal room in the future, but the thing is, in order to do that, I need a builder from RF Tools, and this is the recipe. It's going to need crystals. Actually, it's not that bad, I can make them. But this is why we set goals, so that we don't do things which are not relevant to the goal. The builder is not relevant. We fill you in with leaves, and we put you inside. Yep. Let me get some resources. I think I'm prepared. So I did bring a reservoir to pick up the formic acid, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. So we are also carrying some drums, some buckets. We have our jetpack because I don't think we can fly over there. I have my glider and we have a bunch of food. So we should be fine. I think, just as an FYI note, I hate bugs. Anything with more than 4 legs. Octopus are nice. We have arrived. Nice. Oh yeah, we can't fly. And I can see jade. That's a very good start. We need to find a biome called Petrified Forest, I think, if I'm not wrong, and we're not in it, because that's the only place you can find formic acid. So let's get our jetpack and go and try to find it. Yes, we have found it. It was very close. It was just across the mountain, and that's formic acid. And there are bugs. You know, I just remembered that there are bugs which used to sting you and then you'll get their egg inside you, and it's just very weird. Luckily I haven't seen them, so we should be fine. Can we pick you up? Oh yeah. This is so nice. Our trip to Erebus was very fruitful. We got the formic acid that we needed, and I got 1 reservoir full, and I'm not sure if you can put holding on this. I don't have the enchantment anyway, but you know, if you can, it would be nice. But we got the formic acid, so now we should be able to make plutonium. We need cyanide. The recipe has not been changed. Very good. So we should be able to make it. Yes. With plutonium, we have everything we're going to need in order to make the rock crusher. And I was thinking, since we are going to make a new expansion to our base and I'm going to do it under our capacitor factory, we might as well do it correctly. A rock crusher has 3 recipes, and I have a feeling we're going to need all of these ingredients. So we might as well try to make 3 rock crushers, and for power I was thinking of energy crystals from Draconic Evolution, because I hate making conduits. It's not that bad, and I think we should be able to pull it off. Let me see what I can do. In between the cutscenes, what I do is that I try to make as much as these capacitors as I can. So we're good on capacitors. After tons of crafting, I think we have everything. I just think. Okay, we can make you, that's nice, and we can easily make you. I came to the end to find some draconium. If we want to make the energy crystals, we're going to need a decent amount of these guys. We're not going for the highest tier one because that requires awakened draconium thingies and we don't have that, so we don't need that much, just a bit. If I'm not wrong, I do have a good news. We should be able to make the energy crystal from draconic evolution. We're going to make 12 of you, and if we have enough tough alloy, this should not be a problem. Okay, we have 12, and then we're going to make the cores, and we can make 12 cores. Awesome. We're going to need an energy core, that's easy. We're going to need to make the first tier of crystals, which is also easy. And then we're going to upgrade it. 2 particle generators, and we should have the crystal. Great. You know, I just realized that I made a boo-boo. I didn't want to make 12 draconic cores, I wanted to make 12 of the ultimate control circuits. I wanted to use 2 of them in order to make a quantum entangloporter to power the crystals. So these 2 are extra. I'm cooking more capacitors and, you know, alloys and everything, but the thing is, in between the episodes, I actually started making these. Because we need millions of resources and 64Ks are not gonna cut it. So I consumed most of our capacitors, so yeah, that could take some time. But we are also going to need a wrench, and I'm also going to make a grinder. We need one more sword? The grinder. Yes, it gives you a quest for all the stupid things, and you would really think this should be a quest. It's not. I was hoping that we can use the area under our capacitor factory in order to make some automations regarding Nuclearcraft and mechanism. So let me prepare an area and then I will bring you right back. It looks like a very big place, but trust me, it's actually not. Whoop! There was a hole. Sorry. I was going to say it looks like a very big area, but it's actually not. We need to do tons of machines here. So let's start with the rock crushers. The rock crushers have 3 different recipes. One of them is for granite, diorite and andesite. So we're going to have 3 igneous extruders and then 3 rock crushers. You know, the worst part is, I forgot the name of this thing. Oh, crucible. Okay. We're going to provide them with water and lava, and if we give them power, they should start working. Perfect. We need to upgrade them. Resonant upgrade kits and full augments. It's working pretty fast. We also need to upgrade these guys, but I'm not too worried right now because we need more infrastructure anyways. The total output of the rock crushers are 9 different items. So I did bring 9 framed drawers. And if we hook it up, it should start extracting. What we need is a thermoconducting alloy, and for that we're going to need boron arsenide. And that requires a bunch of machines. It's going to require 2 melters and 1 chemical reactor. And I just forgot that it's also going to need an ingot former. One of the melters is to convert arsenic into molten arsenic. So we're going to set a filter and you should receive arsenic one day. And the other one is to make molten boron. If we mix both fluids inside the chemical reactor, we will get molten boron arsenide, which we are going to dump it inside an ingot former, and that should give me the crystal that I want. Please. 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 Oh, it's a fluid. I need a fluid duct. Yeah, and we will have it inside the cache, because I don't think we need it in very large quantities, and I don't want to import it in our ME system. Yeah, we just need it for this alloy, and this does not have a singularity. Good. Now that we finished it, I'm thinking that why did I do it like this? Because these could have been here, and the storage should have been in the center. Yes, this is much better, and it's also symmetrical. I like it. Just one very small point. You don't have to go crazy like this and make all the machines together, but I actually thought that since we're doing this, let's do it properly and have all the ingredients that we might need in the future. And we also have this. Very good. Also, it might look like that we have done tons of progress, but the thing is, we just got a thing that we need in order to make another thing, which we need in order to order something, which we need in order to make a PCB. And we haven't reached the circuits yet, but at least we can make the thermoconducting alloy. For the Ozone tablet, we're going to need some gray plastic and some red. Okay, I can do that. And finally, we have the Ozone tablet. You know, I just checked, and the only reason that all of those machines that I just made are not counted as quests is because I did not make a manufactory. So let's make it. One manufactory and a bunch of quests. So the Ozone tablet does not work on its own, and it's going to require a charger. So we put you on that and you should get some charge. Ooh, that's going to take a while. We need to upgrade this system very soon because it's not working. I'm not sure if it's going to work with 0.2 bars, but we're going to try it. So we need to right click on an inventory, like so. And if we put some emeralds inside, we should be able to order you. Can I? Bring this? How do you order stuff? Ah, okay. Cool. Oh yeah, he came from there. Okay. I just took the emeralds. Someone else is going to bring it, I guess. You know, it's better if you bring the goods first and then take your payment. Because I'm not going anywhere anyways. I'm still waiting for the drone. Oh, we got it. Where did it come from? Okay. Alright guys, here's the deal. These are the ingredients that we're going to need in order to make empty PCBs in a pressure chamber. Then we need to take this guy and put it under UV light, so that once we drop it inside etching acid, it will not fail. Hopefully. So, I have enough ingredients to make 16 of them, and we're going to start crafting with the empty PCBs. We have enough pressure, right? Yeah, and the PCB blueprint that we ordered is used in making a UV light bulb. And we just put it here. Oh, we have PCBs! Great, so how do I extract you? So, if I'm not wrong, if we put these guys under UV light and then drop them in etching acid, the chance of success will be 100. That's incredibly slow. And you can only do it one by one. Oh my goodness. Now we need a bucket of etching acid, and I have all the ingredients that we're going to need right here. We have the etching acid. Great. And now let me see if we can automate this somehow. Because this is boring. If you get a failed PCB from an etching acid, you can just put it in a furnace and get an empty PCB back. That thing is so slow that I'm thinking, can we buy some lubricant so that we can make some speed upgrades? I'm not sure if it works. Yes, we have lubricant. I did make some speed upgrades, and let us try and see if it works any better. It's incredibly difficult to notice any difference. You know, our setup is just garbage and we have to change it anyway, so I have to make my peace with it. But we do have an empty PCB, and if we drop this one into an etching acid, it has 100% chance of success. This item will not despawn. I hope so. I think we have a circuit board. It's unassembled, but I think we have a circuit board. It's not a very wise decision to jump in acid. If we want to make it into a printed circuit board, which is used in the ME controller, all we have to do is this. We have it. Just one. We need more. But while that guy is working incredibly inefficiently, I was thinking that we set up a new one over there. Of course, we're going to transfer most of the machines, but I made some liquid compressors, and we're going to use lava in order to generate air pressure. So as usual, we have a heat sand, a crucible, 2 hoppers, and we're going to have some cobblestone generators. And you should give me lava. Good, these guys will consume lava and they will generate pressure. These tubes can only handle 5 bars, and 5 bars is almost nothing. So in order for them not to explode, we used a gauge and we gave a redstone signal, so whenever the pressure reaches 4.5 bars, it will turn off the air compressors. This time I want to do something different, because here we're burning coal. Lava is free. This time we're going to use a safety tube, and if you read the instructions, it will tell you that it will release pressure once it reaches a certain threshold. For us, it's going to be 4.5 bars. And since it's going to release pressure, that means that it's wasting fuel, but lava is free and we don't care. And there is a formula for it, and I think we have to give it a redstone signal of 9. Actually, it's not 9. It's not a redstone signal of 9 because then we will have 3 bars. I have to do recalculations. We can just keep it at 5 bars. I think it should be fine. Yeah, that's 9 stacks. Cool. So let us see if my brilliant idea actually worked. I also reassembled the pressure chamber here, but I put the output hatch and also the valve underneath, so that we don't see it that much. This is just going to be our input hatch. I connected the pipes and we're getting some pressure. Very good. It's going to take a while. Well, we're getting a decent amount of pressure, but the problem is we're not pumping the lava fast enough. And I want to add more of these liquid compressors so that this would go super fast. I might have to redesign this. First off, my brilliant idea was garbage because my knowledge of pneumatic craft is not so good. It's actually really bad. The thing is, I had no idea that these tubes lose pressure the further away you go from a compressor. So here where we are generating pressure, it's 2.3 bars, 2.4, but if you come here, which is the furthest away, it's 1.4 bars. That's 40% difference. and that's huge. And why is that important? The reason that it's important is that your safety tube has to be very close to your compressors. And the first time I set this guy up, it was a huge difference. So it was set on 4, but by the time that guy would reach 4, these guys would have exploded. And that's the third time I've made these guys, and they are super expensive. They're not that expensive, but they need a lot of raw material, and you need to do a lot of crafting. And the other reason that this is important is that your power source, your compressors, should not be on this side and then you make a very long cube to reach your refineries, because by the time the pressure reaches your refineries, you don't have any pressure. So it has to be in the middle so that you can power your pressure chamber and the refineries. Now it should work fine, and it's also clean. Relatively. The whole time that I was trying to explain to you guys why my new setup is more efficient, this side of compressors were not getting lava, so they were not working. Now we're getting a decent amount of pressure, which is 4.5, 4.6, and our safety valve is also in action. Good. Let's hope nothing explodes. But the good part is we can now start making transistors and capacitors in stack. It's super fast. I didn't even see them. This is the speed that we're getting LPG, and it's not fast enough because we need a lot in order to make plastic. So at first I thought I should upgrade the refinery, but then I saw a tooltip which says 7 out of 24 block faces are exposed to air, so there is no insulation. And what if we do this? Now it's only 3, so if I do this, it will look ugly. No problems. The problem is I have no idea if it's making any changes. I added one more refinery, I insulated everything, and we're getting LPG at a decent rate. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. We can go crazy and add like 2 more refineries because oil production for us is not a problem. This is maxed out all the time. But for the moment I think this is a decent speed because I cannot keep up with the resources anyway. And we're getting a decent number of plastic. The reason that transistors and plastic is very important to us is that once we get into auto crafting, we're going to need ME interfaces. And it requires 4 of these, which requires a transistor. And we need 1 stack of this. Because, I cannot do auto crafting with like 4 interfaces. We need at least 1 stack. Alright guys, where do we stand? We did all of this just to make the PCBs that we need in order to make the ME controller. So we have almost everything except 1 ingredient, the crystal cluster from Blood Magic. And this is the recipe. So obviously we need to get into Astral Sorcery, and in order to do that we're going to need an Astral Tome. And for that we're going to need a pure crystal, which if I'm not wrong, we can just craft it. And therefore we can just craft you. Every time I have to wait for this stupid achievement music to turn off because it's incredibly irritating. Oh come on. Yeah, I think it's done. Anyway, I was going to say that I found some of the constellation papers in the loot bags. So we have some of them. We have Armara, VCO and Avitus. Cool. The only problem is I have no idea what this constellation is. Is it Horologium? Because if it is, then the mod author had a very dark sense of humor. But in any case, I do remember that we found some Astral Sorcery temples in Landia. So let's check them out. We have a Vortio. Oh, we get 3 more. Nice. I just went back home to get some resources so that we can start making the crafting tables from Astral Sorcery, and I found another temple. But in any case, I think we have to do it here. Oh, I need another crafting table, damn. But do I have one? Yeah, and we can just make it. Awesome. The good thing about Astral Sorcery is that whenever you make the crafting table from each chapter, you would be able to unlock the new chapter. So now we are in exploration and we need to make the Starlight crafting altar. This is a very weird structure. There's 1 temple here and there's 1 here. We need to make a bucket of starlight in order to make the next tier of altars. So we're going to need to make a light well and we're going to feed it aquamarine. I just had to go to the deep dark in order to get some more rock crystals, and we had a bucket of starlight, so we should be able to upgrade our crafting altar since it's nighttime and save some time. Yes, we have it, and therefore we have unlocked attunement. Very good. Also, in case you're wondering, we're getting aquamarine, rock crystals and star metal ingots from the deep dark. So there's no shortage of that. Also at this very moment I'm not a very picky person and I need a lot of starlight. So we're going to make the altar as high as we can because that will give us the most starlight as possible until we get to collector crystals, and then we would be able to make a nice island and decorate it. But for now I'm not picky. I think this is complete. Yes. we have starlight. Perfect. The problem when you make your altar this high is that it takes a very long time to fly up here. But anyway, we are going to craft a few items, and I think I have all the ingredients. So we're going to start with a looking glass. Oh, actually we're going to start with you, and then we're going to start with a looking glass and upgrade it to a telescope, which we can't. Damn, it's almost night and we can make the telescope. Perfect. Okay, we have the telescope, and now we should craft a bunch more stuff and make use of the night. So we're going to make an attunement altar, and I have everything. Very good. I was prepared. This is not working. I don't know why it was not working. It was just bugged out. Okay, will you craft it now? Yeah, yes. The attunement altar. I made everything we are going to need from this crafting altar, so I guess we can just upgrade it into a celestial one. Yeah. Good, you're seriously wasting nighttime. It's like, why does it have to take so long? Yes, we have it. Now I need to make the structure, and if I'm not wrong, we just managed to make it in time. Yes, it does work. So we should be able to make the thing. I can't find it. Yes, the starlight infuser. Good, we have that one as well. That was efficient. I'm happy. Alright guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. We did manage to do a decent amount of progress in Astral Sorcery, and the only thing remaining to be unlocked is the iridescent altar itself, as well as this constellation, which has me worried because I don't remember which one this is. But we will find it next episode. We also have to make the attunement altar, the starlight infusement altar, and I have to discover all the constellations. So yeah, that's going to take some time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.